Then there, I went to Sony Music, and that's where I used to do bookings for artists. I sat in my corner, and they gave me the full rights artists. And a full rights artist is somebody who belongs to the label, meaning that you're not just there to do distribution, you're not just there for licensing or publishing, it's 360. They take care of your whole entire career. And I was in the bookings industry. So, you know, worked for a good 2 years with great people, Phindile Matroshe, Sean, Spiro, and that's where I learned that, you know what, I really think I can do this on my own, you know. I met a friend of mine, Nadia Nakai, and we're both in the same agency, you know, at Havas, and I did traditional media, and she did digital advertising. And she was like, you know, this 9 to 5 is really not cut out for me, and I was just like, girl, I love to do my own thing. And she was just like, well, I'm an artist, I'm a rapper. And I'm like, well, I studied PR, and I did corporate communications, I worked at this company and this company. She was just like, how the fuck? I think with me, I'll just introduce myself. I'll tell you exactly who I am, where I started, what the journey has been, and where we are right now. My name is Phindile Matroshe, and I run I run a company called At Handle. And At Handle is an agency where we do artist management. We do public relations for individuals, brands, and events. We do brand development, and we also do event management. So I started at the National School of the Arts, right here at the back, and I did drama. And I always thought that I was going to be in front of the screen. I always thought I was going to be the one on stage, you know, looking for representation and people to put me out there, until I went to varsity. And I went to the University of Johannesburg, where I studied corporate communications. And that's when I realized, nope, I want to be behind the scenes, because that's where the moolah is. Me, I like money, guys. So, yeah. And through that, I studied corporate communications, where I majored in PR, I managed in strategic management, and a whole lot of things, you know. And from there, I literally started working, and my journey brought me into working for Sony Music, for a few agencies where we did PR for brands like Citroen, Samsung, EXA, you know. So my background really is in traditional PR, and through all of that we then studied, well not studied, we practiced digital PR. So in the middle of all of that, the digital world arose, and we had a privilege of working or starting, you know, social media for big companies, Neotel, you know, all the telecoms and automotive industries. Then there, I went to Sony Music, and that's where I used to do bookings for artists. I sat in my corner, and they gave me the full rights artists. And a full rights artist is somebody who belongs to the label, meaning that you're not just there to do distribution, you're not just there for licensing or publishing, it's 360. They take care of your whole entire career. And I was in the bookings industry. So, you know, worked for a good 2 years with great people, Phindile Matroshe, Sean, Spiro, and that's where I learned that, you know what, I really think I can do this on my own, you know. I met a friend of mine, Nadia Nakai, and we're both in the same agency, you know, at Havas, and I did traditional media, and she did digital advertising. And she was like, you know, this 9 to 5 is really not cut out for me, and I was just like, girl, I love to do my own thing. And she was just like, well, I'm an artist, I'm a rapper. And I'm like, well, I studied PR, and I did corporate communications, I worked at this company and this company. She was just like, how about we both quit our jobs and we just do this together? And I was like, Ntandi Mali, so how about I do everything and do you, you know? And that's where it actually started. I started managing Nadia Nakai. It actually started as PR only, because she had a manager. She was working with Cypher at the time. And it became a thing of, okay, Nadia, this is your product. You're a rapper. You've got a song. You're beautiful. You could be on TV. You could be on, multiple campaigns. Give me everything that you have. In my PR-ness, I'm going to put it out there. Hounding, stalking about Leslie Fugeng every single day, calling, growing my data. I didn't know I was growing my database then, but I was actually growing my database, saying, Leslie, I want Nadia on the cover of your paper. No, try this one, maybe next year, but here's my friend from Sunday Times, Daily Sun, and this is me now. Okay, number. Right, and I was starting a database, and that's what I have right now, a company that's sitting with 500 plus people in the media industry currently working because we service that database day to day with talent and art. So we started with Nadia Nakai, and I think word of mouth got there. And we then grew our portfolio. It was not just Nadia anymore. Now the major league DJs are like, what are you doing for Nadia Nakai? Can you come do it here, And I started with the major league guys. And that also then grew from just doing their PR as individuals, but they're saying, we've got properties, Phindile, we've got major league gardens. We do 15,000 people, but people don't know about it. People just come because word of mouth. Put us on. Listen, I've got this property. Major League Gardens, Saturday, this date. Can you please, let's interview the boys and let's grow, the hype and the attention. And all of a sudden now we're doing PR for eventing, which then grows into the eventing space that we have right now. So I'm just showing you from a back where we started to where we are now. Now we're running the Matroshe Events Culture Festival, which happens annually, and that just started from, and that just literally started from us doing PR for a big property like Major League Gardens. And they say the rest is history, but I've been so fortunate enough to have mentors who came as people who needed help from me because I had the skill and this expertise of PR and strategic marketing and management as well. But they didn't realize what they were doing for me because they also gave me the credibility to be able to say, I represent people like JR, Jumi Masamula, Nadia Nakai, and the list is really, really long, to the point where we're now an agency. We're sitting in Santon, Fragment Drive, and we represent Nadia Nakai. So Nadia started with her in 2013 until today. So we've got Nadia Nakai, we've got Langa Mavuso, we're working with Bobby Blanco, Makosa, Tejo, and a whole lot of other people and other brands. Standard Bank, Joy of Jazz, So honestly speaking, I'm here to answer questions because I don't want to tell you what you should be doing, I want to hear what you're struggling with. There's no blueprints to this. Nobody's going to tell you, this is the book on how to make it. We all go our different journeys. You might have a shortcut there because you know someone. You might have a shortcut there because you know somebody. So I'd love to hear what you guys are struggling with, what you need guidance on, and let's fuel you.